We'll play a little bit of music. Here. All right. So I'm gonna pull up the YouTube stream just to make sure we're gonna do some testing. I want to see. I'm not as much concerned about sound as much as I am worried about stuttering. So it looks so far so good. So far so good. That's fun. Um, yeah, that's good. Um, from there, we're going to test this. So one of the things that I do for my background is I have this psychedelic thing behind me. This is just straight up a YouTube video. The same YouTube video I use every single time. Now, granted, the camera's right here. My computer is right here, as is two portable monitors I have. Um, yeah. Um, so the question I have is nothing as far as drop frames, looks fairly good, no complaints. That's fine. Now, question I have is let me leave this YouTube video still. Fast forward 30. Not trying to go into the ad rate. It's a little bit. Um, let us now let's try a game. Let's try a game. Let's try a game, and we're going to start blank, right? We're going to start with an offline game, and we're going to start with a low fidelity, likely, prevalent. I'm also going to start up BikuBot, and we're just going to see from a stress test perspective, how does the Wi-Fi here? I've had some middling returns with the Wi-Fi. I don't know if it was because last night people were home and people were streaming. I'm looking like things are
Balls.
fairly good right now. Yep, hello cons with BikuBot is working. That's perfectly fine. Did it Connor, is BikuBot having it in its feels again? Or is she doing her job? All right, cool. So let's pull up Stardew. Looks Bit rate looks stable. Great. Love that. Let me see what happens if I pull up the Twitch dashboard and the YouTube Studio dashboard, respectively, on second monitor. Doesn't look like we're having necessarily that many issues. Load. Fine. No, I don't want to use the political channel. Oh man, I'm gonna do that channel for like a few months and then I'm gonna make a fucking video about it, about how disappointed I am with people. Um, let's go live. Portland, Orlando, we're here. Let me just edit this so it has the proper thumbnail that it's supposed to have. Assets, thumbnails, okay, so this looks pretty good. Stardew Valley is Stardew Valley. Like, let's boot up a game, see how it plays. So, say what? C'est la vie, c'est la vie, yada yada. Nope. Also, I have a desk and an actual chair coming. For the time being, I am literally sitting on a pillow on the floor. This shit's ass. I hate it. It was worth the fucking $100 I spent on that bullshit. And I don't have a lot of money to burn, honestly. Like I could have like made a request to the community for it, but I needed that shit immediately. Otherwise I was going back. Okay. So everything looks fairly good. Stardew Valley plays fine. Let us try something a little more demanding. Skyrim Special Edition, but single player offline game. Therefore, little more heavy on the system, not as much heavy on the network, just testing to see how it comes out. No dropped frames. It looks like I'm watching managing the stream over on my end. Looks fairly good. All right. Booting okay. Just testing, testing, testing. All right. Looking fairly good thus far. Let's get some bullshit magic. Something that just
So
lots
far,
of
so good.
explosions. Yep, so far so good. Let's get just some bullshit explosions going. Just a bunch of fireballs. Okay. So it looks to me like as far as Skyrim is concerned, good. So that's all perfectly well and good. Not seeing any issues on the stream. Yep, coming out clear as day. Coming out clear as day. So let's do a quick test. We're going to move on to something a little more demanding. We're going to do Elden Ring. So Elden Ring does have online connectivity, but it is not a super demanding part. It is just a push and a pull of the ongoing game data and save data in, or rather checking that the data in the game is legitimate. So we're just gonna test that. I was having some issues last night with logins and stuff, but I think part of the reason I realized was I was not just generating something as well as uploading multiple things to YouTube. I think that might have been a contributing aspect of it as well. I think by and large we're gonna be okay. I will say that until once I get that the desk, I'm going to be honest, a stream longer than an hour in this position, it's going to be really rough. This is actually kind of murder on my back. So we'll see. If you're on YouTube, like the stream. Tis importante. Okay. So bring by Namco, yada yada yada. Bam through. Checking save data, checking network connection status, logging into the Elden server. Are we going to get it? It looks like it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we connected. Now let's see how that sort of plays. Okay. Cool. Let's do a combat ordeal. See how that goes. Okay. Little bit of stuttering, not particularly encouraging. All right, who we got?
I
I'm
drink sea monkeys
great.
by the gallon, and my stomach feeling funny.
God damn it, Con. Damn, that's a strategy. Shit. All right. Okay. That's looking pretty stable. I'm cool with that. All right. So Elden Ring's good. Mhm. Okay. So Elden Ring's good. Now we're going to try something a little more. Um, hmm, do the Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a perpetually online game.
He bowed and you kicked him in the dome.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I had no regrets though. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Okay, so now we're having some game. Awesome. Encoding overloaded. Huh. Okay. Let's see. So you know Path of Exiles has a loading issue in between. Um, you know Path of Exiles has a loading issues in between loading screens and some hiccups here for that. To be expected. That's not new information. So the question I have uh, is the Wi-Fi here going to hurt because of it? Possibly. The bigger thing I'm going to have to test is when people are home. I think generally the bandwidth here is good, but it's unlike at the old apartment where you could have multiple people streaming and doing stuff and being on the computer all at the same time. Here it's a lot more bottleneck. So that's something I'm going to have to be relatively cognizant of. Um, we'll see. I'm going to do another test later tonight. Sleep, relax, sleep willing. I will catch you guys a little bit later. For now, I'm going to go take the dogs out because they